Yes, we bought an ambulance. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Big Pig. My name is Chuck. My wife and I just recently bought an ambulance with the purpose of converting it into a personalized camper RV. I'm going to be showing you in the following episodes to this channel different things that we did to build onto it, mistakes that we've made, and the future plans we have for it. Please stay tuned for these episodes as we're going to have lots of fun doing it. That's the whole reason for doing any of this in the first place. And we're going to interview the two people that are responsible for this mess. Please stay tuned.
We had been looking at all the stuff during COVID and camper van this and sprinter van that, and one day we asked the guy in our church, Kevin, if he had any sprinter vans.
Maybe buying a sprinter van and building that. We didn't want to pay for a already made RV, but we didn't mind converting something in.
I guess it was Friday. He was like, dude, there just aren't any sprinter vans, but there's this ambulance on Facebook.
Anyway, we got to talking about that, and then we saw a YouTube video or two of somebody that had converted an ambulance into an RV and thought, well, that would be unique. I wonder if there's any out there. And that's what led us to looking online for it.
So, we've got the information on where the ambulance is. It's Saturday, so we stop at McDonald's and get breakfast and coffee and just go.
Now, the major goal of this trip was to actually eat at the AQ Chicken House, and we ended up with an ambulance besides.
It has to meet certain criteria. We have to, they have to take, they have to take a credit card.
Oh yeah, the credit card.
In full payment, okay? It has to be there, and we have to be able to drive it all the way from Springdale all the way home, which is, what, 2.5, 3 hours?
So, why did we call this Tales from the Big Pig? Well, you'd have to see what we found on Facebook.
And there's the ambulance. It's on a square lot, and there's the fence in the corner, kind of like this, a fence, and right next to the fence is the ambulance. Okay, it's just sitting there like, hi, yeah. You came to get me.
Now, it might seem kind of creepy using an ambulance. I mean, people have died in here, but I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Purchasing the vehicle went without a hitch. We took the back roads and brought it back home. It took us about 4 hours because we wanted to avoid any major traffic. I wasn't used to driving it, and as a matter of fact, this is my very first diesel. The ambulance was used as a tailgater at Arkansas games, but for the most part was unaltered. It had 3 television sets in it, a satellite dish, receiver, several, well, I'd say 12 foldable chairs, 2 grills, and a couple of tents that went along with it. The basic structure and frame of the vehicle was exactly the same. When we left our home and moved to a new state, I left behind about 4 or 5 different projects, most of them 280Z cars that I either gave away or I sold. I did not want this vehicle to have the same fate. We've worked on it every chance we can get.
And ever since we bought it, people will be driving along, people will go.
Since I started on this project, I've noticed that it's not just a matter of putting something in and then being happy with it. Everything is getting personalized to the point where I'll put something in and say, you know what, I'd like it better over here, or I'd like it with a different switch on it. And I keep changing and moving it over. This is truly going to be a personalized vehicle / anything you want it to be. We're going to enjoy this. Please like and subscribe and come on back again and see what else we've done to this. Thank you for visiting, and we'll see you later.